What up, what up, what up? It's your boy B. Hey, I'm coming to y'all today with some real. I had a great night's sleep last night and woke up and was doing some morning meditation and was inspired to get in that word this morning. Get in that word. And got some amazing inspired thoughts, some amazing inspired information that I want to share with you from a scripture that was revealed to me about a specific situation that I had going on in my life. And I want to talk to you about what was revealed to me in the still of the night. Y'all know this song? In the still of the night, I remember that night in bed where the stars were bright. All right, guys. So I want to talk to y'all. What I'm gonna do first, though, is read a scripture. And I don't know many if you guys read the Bible. And like I said, I'm not a pastor or anything, guys. So if you get your doctrines from somewhere else, like I said, this is just inspired information that I'm sharing with you as it was revealed to me. And I just felt like somebody else needed to hear it based on the situation. So here's the thing. I had a situation that was dealing with, etc. And, the same things that I preach to you guys, I'm still learning as well and implementing. So the same things that I tell you guys, I apply those to my life. About if a situation, I'm human, stuff happens to me, don't worry about it, Bryan. Focus on the positive thing. I do all those things. So I do my best to practice what I preach. But I like I said, because I know that as you go through things, I go through things too. And so I'm telling you the things that I do that work for me. And so there was a moment, and it came in, and there was something that me and Maria wanted to happen, right? And it required us to literally take our last to correct the problem, okay? It required us to take our last to correct the problem, okay? And whatever your last is and whatever situation that you're dealing with. So hear me out. It required us to take our last to deal with the problem. And when that happened, the problem, so that pretty much, it was almost like, you know what? It is what it is. I know we want this. Let's rock and roll. Maria was in agreement. I was in agreement with it. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. So we took our last to deal with the problem. Lo and behold, it was revealed that, the problem was dealt with. The problem was solved. And the last that we put up to deal with the problem wasn't even needed. So from that, the scripture was inspired for me to read, and I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to come back and tell you what I felt like God told me from it. And I want to share with you. It's Genesis chapter 22, verse 1 through. We're going to come from the book of. We're going to come from the book of Genesis, chapter 22. Y'all all grew up in the church. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Chapter 22, verse 1 through 19. But hear me out real quick. I read fast. I don't read like Lil Daryl, I don't read like that, so I read pretty fast. So, all right, guys, so listen to this. Sometime later, God tested Abraham. He said to him, Abraham. Abraham said, here I am, he replied. Then God said, take your son, your only son, whom you love. Man, y'all, I'm telling y'all, when this came to me, he said, take your son. So if you've never read this scripture, y'all, I'm telling you, I want you to go back, read it, and meditate on it, and apply it to the situation that you're dealing with. Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain that I will show you. So what mountain do you have? All right, so here's the thing. You got your only son. This is how valuable this was to Abraham. Wasn't just told to go say. It's like Abraham, we know, the father of many nations. He got some sons now, some grandsons and all that stuff. But the father of many nations, he had one son at the time. His only son. So if you got a child, how much you would love that child if it was your only son. God takes him and tells him to go sacrifice him. Yeah, I'm going to come back to it though. Early the next morning, what did Abraham do? Got up and loaded his donkey. He took with him his two servants and his son Isaac. When he had cut enough wood for the burnt offering, he set out for the place God had told him about. On the third day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. And his servants, stay here with the donkey while I and the boy go over there. We will worship and then we will come back to you. So he says we will worship and then we will come back to you. What is that saying? God just told him, hey, take your son, your only son. We're going to go sacrifice him. Abraham, still having faith in what it is he was doing, he still proclaimed, we going to go up here, but we coming back. Faith, all right. I'll come back to it. Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and placed it on his son Isaac, okay? And he himself carried the fire and the knife. As the two of them went on together, Isaac spoke up. Isaac like, hold on, Pimpin'. Let me holler at you for a second, Daddy. Isaac spoke up. He said, hey, Father. Abraham like, what up, man? What you got? What's going on? The fire and the water here. But Isaac said, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? It's like, hey, man, I know we finna go do a sacrifice. We got everything we need, but we ain't got the sacrifice. What's going on, right? Abraham answered, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son. And the two of them went on together. Yeah, I'm coming back to all this. Y'all better stay with this one. When they reached the place God had told him about, Abraham built an altar there and arranged the wood on it. He bound his son Isaac and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. Then he reached out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. But the angel of the Lord called out from heaven, Abraham! This is what he said. Do not lay a hand on the boy. He said, do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld me from your son. And scripture says, your only son. All right. Abraham looked up, and there in the thicket he saw a ram caught by his horns. He went over and took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. So Abraham called that place. This is what Abraham named that place after that. The Lord will provide. And to this day it is said, on the mountain of the Lord it will be provided. The angel of the Lord called to Abraham from heaven the second time and said, I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you and make your descendants numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of the cities of their enemies. And through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed because of you obeying me. All right, y'all. So I'm asking you this. What is it that is your mountain? What is it that you need to sacrifice to prove to God that what it is that you're asking for in thought, that you're praying for, are you willing to go all in and commit your only son? What is your only son? What is this? Is it money? Or you got a problem? Is it your job? Is your job your only son that's holding you back from the vision that you've been praying and asking God for? Are you willing to sacrifice that, knowing that God will provide the ram in the bush when you take the step or the leap of faith? That's what that story is about. It was revealed to me when I made the commitment and I put up my last. I was like, this is going to happen. This is what's supposed to happen. We took our last and put it up. And then God came in and orchestrated that thing. And then all of that was orchestrated to where, you know what? You don't even need this son. You don't even need to sacrifice your son. Put that back over there. I got a way where all this is going to happen and it's going to take care of you. What I'm telling you is, what is your only son? What is that last that you holding on to that shows God that you don't have the faith in what it is that you asking for? You get what I'm saying? What is it? You want to lose weight? You ain't got time to work out in the morning. Are you sacrificing your sleep? Is your sleep your only son? You don't want to give up your only hour of sleep that you would have. Is that your only son? What is your only son that you need to sacrifice? Let's go back to what he said in the scripture. He sacrificed his only son, but more important, I want you to understand this. That not only did he he had the faith that, hey, we're going to come back off this mountain. Y'all stay here. We're going to come back off this mountain. But also, he began to take the steps. He prepared the wood. He collected the wood. He prepared the burnt offering. He got everything in order. He started taking the steps, knowing, he told me to sacrifice my son. I'm finna go sacrifice my son. We finna go get all this stuff. I'm finna do it, and I'm walking, and I'm taking a leap of faith because I know that I love this thing. I love it. He knows I love it, but I'm willing to go all in for what it is that I'm holding God accountable for to deliver on. When you do that, and you deliver that type of faith, that's the mustard seed of faith that you need to have to realize or experience any desire that you want. Until you sacrifice your only son, until you sacrifice your only whatever it is, that's when it will show up in your life. When your faith walk is just as good. So guys, it's your boy B coming to you this morning with what I felt was an inspired thought from God. And I wanted to share it with you. I hope it blessed you. Share this information. Follow me on youtube.com/c/homes for 10K. Also follow my fan page. I am Bryan Harris. It's your boy B, guys. You guys have an absolutely wonderful day and go win big for yourselves and your family. Talk to you later.